Number 5, Fletcher Tabuteau.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister of Defence, does he stand by all his statements?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, I've been in this House since 1996 and a Minister since 2008. And there have been significant government decisions during that period of time. And there's also been societal changes. And I'm not prepared to say anything other than I may well have changed my view on some positions that I thought were perfectly relevant at the time.
Geez, thanks. Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Fletcher Tabuteau.
Does he stand by his statement in April that he did not favour, and I quote, one company over another in procuring replacements for the Air Force fleet of Hercules C-130s? And if so, will he confirm that he did not favour one bid over any others in the sale of 10 Iroquois helicopters?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, those are matters that are handled by the Ministry of Defence. They're quite remote from a minister. And there is no opportunity for a minister to favour one company or another. So my answer would be no.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question.
To the Minister of Defence.
Fletcher Tabuteau.
Were the Kiwi bids summarily rejected because of a government blunder, a miscarriage of the tender process, or a political promise to the US?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Well, Mr Speaker, I think had the question been asked by New Zealand First's Defence spokesman, that person would know that a number of disposals of defence equipment, even years after they've been purchased, still do require sign-off from the original seller. And so that process would most certainly have been entered into and does have an effect on who you can accept a tender bid from.
Supplementary question, Fletcher Tabuteau.
Is he aware that one regional New Zealand-owned and operated company lost the opportunity to create more than a dozen jobs when their bid of nearly $5 million+ was apparently not even considered?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, as I said at the start, ministers don't engage on a day-to-day basis with the tender process. If I did, that member's party's defence spokesman would be the first person to come here and say that I was meddling where I shouldn't be. So the answer is no.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Fletcher Tabuteau.
Thank you, sir. The tender process asks for evidence of best value for New Zealand. How does selling the Iroquois offshore add value to New Zealand, considering a regional New Zealand business bid would have had directly added value to our regional economy?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Well, Mr Speaker, that sort of question that was, I suppose, built around a statement that is largely formulated by New Zealand First's regional development policy, which is all about create something out of nothing and then expect nothing in return. I can't answer that question because it never ever happened. But what I would suggest is that that member goes to the New Zealand First Defence spokesperson and suggests it may be an interesting topic to put on the agenda at the next meeting of the former Motor Pool Attendants Army Association.
Question number 6, Grant Robertson.